And what was really very encouraging to me and gave me a lot of good energy and hope, particularly compared to where we were this time last year in that community, almost everybody that we talked to said that they felt safe, and nobody said that it's problem free, but they said that things are feeling better. They really appreciated the officers that work the Chinatown foot beat and the work that they do, and we have hate crimes in our city. Fortunately, for the first quarter of this year, we're statistically better off. We have I think 4 hate crimes right now. First 3 months of the year, we had 7 this time last year, so a little bit better. I mean, those aren't high numbers, but good for us that they're lower than this time last year. But with that said, we don't know what we don't know, and we don't know what is not getting reported, and that's where the trust comes in. That's where this relationship comes in, because we really, really need people to feel comfortable when they believe they are a victim of a crime, hate crime or otherwise, to call us. We have bilingual officers, particularly in the Chinatown district and across this department. We understand how difficult for some people reporting crime can be, and we just want to encourage people to report when things happen to them that they believe might be a crime. If it doesn't amount to a crime, we still will document and take a report, because we never know if that might be useful down the line. But hate crimes are really important. Nobody wants to tolerate hate crimes in this city, and as much as we can get to the bottom of this and hold people accountable, we really want to do.
My name is Officer William Ah. I'm here with my partner, Kareem Dong. We're part of the Chinatown team, but in addition to that, we're also part of the Community Liaison Unit. And what we really want to talk about is the most important tool we have as a police department, as a police officer, isn't the guns that we carry or the cars that we drive. The most important tool that we have is the relationships that we build with our community. Our police involvement doesn't just end with the police report. We go with them through the entire criminal justice system.
I want to mention that when it comes to hate crimes, there's a definition. There's a California Penal Code section, and I'll read it. And this is really important, because unfortunately there's a lot of incidents that are that we hear about, we see, that are the motivation for someone is that they're directing, unfortunately, their hate towards someone. There's a line, however, in terms of what fits the definition of a hate crime, and I'll read it. A hate crime means a criminal act committed in whole or in part because of one or more of the following actual or perceived characteristics of the victim. And there's 7 of those: disability, gender, nationality, race or ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, and association. So when an investigator, he or she's notified, one of the things that they're going to be asking, and this can be from both direct evidence, something that a suspect says, or circumstantial evidence, so that's the totality of the case, is whether or not that criminal act occurred because of the perpetrator's perception, in part or in whole, of the individual upon whom the crime was committed. So there's a very distinct line there, and I think at times it may feel within the community, or as things are relayed and they're publicized, that there might not be something that's being done about a particular case. I share that because that's the parameter, that's the box, if you will, that the investigators have to work in. And if we find within an investigation that those elements of the crime, so to speak, are not there, we do have all those support systems that I just mentioned, because we want to make sure that our community is safe. We want them to feel like they have support in terms of the police department. And really, gatherings like this, and I know others that have happened in the past, go a long way towards that basic understanding of what is a crime and what is not.
But we will. I mean, we take this very seriously, and I know it can be frustrating, because sometimes, particularly when people feel that they have been targeted because of their race or protected status, it can be very frustrating, and it gets frustrating for us. But we do make arrests for hate crimes, and if it's there, we will arrest for hate crimes. And sometimes even when we arrest, the burden, the highest burden possible is what Director Sinofsky said, has to be beyond a reasonable doubt. But that's not our standard is lower, it's just probable cause. But we will make those arrests. I just want to reiterate that it's very frustrating and at times disappointing when we can't meet that burden, but we feel it too, because we had a series of crimes where elderly, Asian people, mostly women, are getting, robbed, or it seems like they're being targeted, and we look and we check, and as far as videos, we get videos enhanced routinely, so we can hear what's being said, or we can see what's being done, and sometimes that's still not enough. But we do go through the effort of doing everything that we can to try to prove the case. So we take them seriously. It's disappointing sometimes. We get frustrated sometimes when we think there's something there, but we can't prove it. But we do have to follow the law.